What's up, fellow one-wheelers? Caylee here, and I am currently riding a Pint and will be taking you guys on a fun little Pint cruise through my hometown. I don't permanently live in my hometown, but I'm sure like many of you out there stuck with the shelter-in-place dilemma, you probably didn't want to be alone, similar to me, so I decided to pick up and move in with my parents at the good old age of 27, and it has been an experience, let me tell you. Good experience. Living with your parents as an adult really opens your eyes to a lot of things that you didn't necessarily catch on to as a kid. Getting to drink with your parents is epic, really fun. They always have amazing wine, fully stocked liquor cabinet, which is great. And the fridge, that's the biggest thing. I didn't realize how lucky we were as kids to always just have endless snacks and food around. We always had Gushers and those fruit roll-up things, so good. Now we're trying to be a little bit healthier. Can't eat all that sugar right now, but so many meats and cheeses, endless sandwiches. Dad's teaching me how to grill. It's been pretty great. So can't complain. It's definitely keep me entertained. We've actually really gotten into Catan, Settlers of Catan. I'm sure there's a lot of fellow one-wheelers out there that love that game, but it's like a daily competition. It gets very heated. We take it very seriously. There's some nasty words thrown around the table while we're playing the game, but as you can see here, since I am obviously filming this in shelter-in-place, it's a ghost town. It's pretty insane how beautiful of a day it is coming up on summer, and I have wide open roads here to really kind of explore and see my hometown in a new light compared to how I usually see it in a car or just even walking, getting places a lot quicker. It's been pretty epic. Actually, this is my mom's board. So not only did they let me move in with them, but my mom was generous enough to let me borrow her board for this video and this whole time while I'm living with them. Thank you, Mom, for letting me borrow this. And shout out to all the moms out there who shred on Onewheels or shred on skateboards, wakeboards in general. It's pretty rad. And all the women riders out there as well. There's a bush. Oh man, not to totally digress from my female rider shout out here, but I have to also acknowledge how humbled I was filming this. I mean, I've been riding since 2016, but it is difficult to hold this GoPro stick. This is actually a ski pole, so I can't quite call it a GoPro stick. It's pretty innovative. Marketing team, way to go. But for all of you guys who are doing daily YouTube, Instagram, Facebook posts about your rides, your experiences on the board, I'm so impressed. I mean, it looks fairly easy, but my arm got tired. I had to constantly look at where I was going. If there was a pole, I could have easily been holding it behind my back and smacked that thing. So yeah, as you saw earlier, I hit a bush and then had to figure out how to return the GoPro on, and it was quite entertaining, but definitely humbled me, and I learned quite a bit while filming this. I've never done this before. So to our marketing team, shout out to you guys for being able to do this so seamlessly, and to, again, all of you guys that are riding so passionately and creating content for the community. It is killer that you guys are doing what you're doing. And so seamlessly. It's quite impressive. But as I was mentioning about the female riders in general before, I mean, just bringing so many people together. I had a babysitter actually recently reach out to me saying that she wanted to get her daughter involved, and she was just curious what type of equipment she should have for her and what she thought, what board, might cater to her better than the other. And it was just so fun to, number one, reconnect with someone that I haven't really talked to in years, and two, just be able to talk about the Onewheel so passionately and get friends involved. I mean, it's so killer to be able to bring people together with this product. A little bit more about my story. I actually started riding in 2016. And you know what, screw my story. While we passed this really cute llama farm, this is one of the only farmlands left in Pleasanton. They've got a few llamas here, a couple horses. I'm not quite sure how many acres this is, but right behind this white picket fence here, there is a really, really cute farm. It's kind of a staple here in Pleasanton. We used to pass it all the time going to middle school. And gosh, how cool would have that been to have? It's hilarious. We used to, carpool in cars and whatnot, but it would have been pretty epic to ride to school on a one-wheel back in the day. But this farm here is truly a staple for the community. And if you just kind of heard me talking in the video, I promise I'm not talking to myself. I am fully taking advantage of all of the tech that's out there right now. I've got some AirPods in, and I phoned a friend because there is another Pleasanton staple that I will be showing you guys here shortly that a friend of mine, Blair, thank you, shout out, you're great for helping me out with this. She's gonna help me get some treats for the remainder of this ride. But anyways, back to the story about my one-wheel experience. I was introduced to the one-wheel in 2016 and by a fellow coworker. He would bring 5 of the V1s with him to work every single day. It's a nice little old man, gotta give him room before I pass. But he would bring 5 of these boards with him to work every day, and he was kind enough to let a few of us ride with him at lunch, and our office was right across the street from Santa Clara University, so we had ample room to explore and cruise around at lunch. And in that moment, I realized right then and there that I needed a board. I just got so hooked and absolutely fell in love. I got a V1 for myself and started commuting with it to and from work every single day. And I recently hopped back on the V1 after riding the Pint. I typically ride the XR, but that thing it's still a tank. It can still cruise, but I love the Pint and its nimbleness underneath my feet. I mean, the ability to just, as you saw earlier, just go on tan bark and how quickly you're able to carve on sidewalks, and it can handle so many things. And I love that it's light. The mag handle is amazing. If I had the Pint when I was commuting, the Pint came out actually while I started working at Onewheel, but if I had this Pint while I was living in San Francisco and commuting to and from, it would have been crazy. But I'm getting down into the heart of Pleasanton right now, and if you catched Cade's Shred series, his 2-part Shred series about a week ago, he did the Pleasanton Ridgeline. And funny enough, Cade and I actually grew up in the same hometown. So from his video, you could kind of see a bird's eye aerial view of where I'm currently riding. Cade and I actually didn't know each other growing up. He is shyly a few years younger than I am. I hate to admit that, but so we did not know each other. He knew my younger sister, but it's pretty epic that Cade and I grew up so close together and were able to meet and be connected and actually become friends while working at Onewheel. It's been so fun. But as you can see here, we're really in the heart of Pleasanton now in this white Victorian home. It's one of my favorite buildings. I think it's so pretty. Oh God, as I continue to forget that I'm holding a GoPro and hitting poles downtown, but we're gonna come up on a few feet walkers here shortly. But I mean, these streets, like I'm sure many of your hometowns, are usually just jam packed with people. The businesses are usually just full of life and full of activity. Downtown Pleasanton has a huge selection of Italian restaurants. It's pretty hilarious every single time a business leaves and a new one comes in. It seems to always be an Italian restaurant. So if you are in the Bay Area and looking for an Italian restaurant to come and check out, Pleasanton has no shortage of those. So definitely come check it out and support even your hometown's local small businesses, especially right now. My family, we've been doing takeout quite a bit, just trying to help out where we can. And I'm kind of taking the back streets here really quick because there is a long line of cars at what I am getting a treat at called the Meadowlark Dairy. And oh, yep, hit the trash can, classic. Got to get better with the GoPro in my hand. But this dairy has actually been around since the early 1900s. And it started off of Foothill Road, closer to where Cade's video was last week. But in 1968, they moved it downtown, and they started doing drive-through services. And this white fenced line right here, prior to COVID and shelter in place, you could actually just walk up or ride your bike and grab an ice cream. But right now, just with sanitation laws and issues, you can only pick it up in a car. So I phoned my friend Blair, as you can see here, who's currently passing me my favorite swirl ice cream through her driver's side or passenger side window, and I'm gonna finish this ride off with an ice cream cone in my hand while riding the Pint. Can't get more cliche than that. But as you can see here, all these cars are waiting, so they're probably annoyed that I just cut the line and kind of cheated. But this is truly the Pleasanton staple of all staples, and a lot of kids in high school growing up worked here, and it was just so much a part of every Pleasanton kid's childhood memories, always asking mom and dad to let's go drive through the dairy after school or after practice. So it's pretty cool to still be able to experience the dairy as an adult and remember some of those fond childhood memories. But speaking of, just local businesses, we actually have about 500 U.S. retailers carrying Onewheels throughout the country. And those are the guys that I work with, guys and gals that I work with on a daily basis here at Onewheel. And it's been so awesome and encouraging speaking with our retailers through this time, because they have such a positive attitude. A lot of the bike shops still have been open because they're considered essential, helping healthcare workers get to and from work. But a lot of our guys that aren't necessarily considered essential, they're still open by appointments and helping their local communities out where they can. So if you go to our website and check out our dealer locator, definitely type in your address and see who's around you, because they would love to talk to you more about Onewheels. They'd love to get involved with your riding. If there's any new accessories that you need, from car holders to wave stands to any new add-on colors, those are the guys and gals to go chat with. On my personal XR, I actually have a white, or just our generic white fender, and it's our fearless leader's least favorite color, so it drives him crazy that I have a white fender on my board. Sorry, Jack, but I don't know if many of you have seen the new white carbon fender that came out, but I might just have to upgrade my board to get that white carbon fiber fender, because it looks sleek on the board, let me tell you. And because I already have black rail guards, it would be a seamless fit on my XR. So Jack, this might be the perfect solution. I might get rid of that white fender for you and put the white carbon fender on. But my mom here, she's rocking the mint fender for the Pint and some coral bumpers because she likes the bright colors. I think it looks pretty killer, so I might have to do this exact upgrade on my Pint. But I really like the Ron Burgundy actually for the Pint as well. It looks super good on both the sand and the slate Pints. And if I had Simple Stop on, that would have been the perfect place to use Simple Stop, because my feet are starting to cramp here, and I also was realizing that my hand was getting a little sticky. So I'm usually the kind of person that crushes the entire cone, and I kind of have like a weird system on how I crunch a cone. I don't know if any of you guys have some sort of ice cream eating technique, but because of the hot day here and my arm was getting a little tired, I tossed it. I kind of had regrets about that, but I can just go back and get another one of these days. But I got definitely a sugar high once I finished that cone, and I'm really kind of cruising down the street now. And I would highly recommend, I know a lot of us love trail riding on both the Pint and the XR, but this is really a good opportunity for you to explore different streets and different neighborhoods within your community, because of how open the roads are, how few cars there are, and how few people are out riding. It really is a good time, even though I'm kind of at a lull here at this one stop sign. Again, another spot where simple stop would be pretty ideal to give my feet a break, but I'm going to try to power through here for the rest of the ride and just cross it down the street. But one place that I've really been itching to go ride is when I used to live in San Francisco. My daily commute was down the Embarcadero, so I'd get to pass the Bay Bridge and AT&T Park, and it was just so pretty. The only bummer was San Francisco is a very, very busy city, as I'm sure you're all aware, and there are hundreds and thousands of people on the street, and the bike lanes are always crazy packed with bikers, so you couldn't really go too fast because you definitely have to be aware of who's around you. Like I just said, thank you to the pedestrians back there for giving me some space to cruise. But now would be the perfect time to bring the board into San Francisco and really cruise down some of those hills and beautiful streets, check out more of the neighborhoods with how open the roads are. But here I'm taking advantage of how nimble and carvy, zippy the Pint is, cutting through some of these poles here. There's the Pleasanton sign, as you can see again in the background there. But I'm just gonna kind of wrap up this ride here by cutting through one of our biggest parking lots downtown. During the summer, actually right now I'd probably be stuttering, we have this really cool Wednesday night street fair, and this parking lot is usually super full of local breweries and wineries. It's like a little beer garden for the street fair, and it's an awesome place for the community to get together on Wednesday nights during the spring and summer months. So hopefully we can enjoy that more this year. Another thing that I hope we can enjoy is on Friday nights. Gosh, Pleasanton just has so many activities that I'm coming to realize, but this park off to the left here, we bring in like a local band every Friday night, and so many people bring out blankets and picnics and whatnot to enjoy the local bands, which is another really fun, as you can see, behind there where the flagpole is. But that was always super fun growing up as a kid too. So hopefully all of these things can come back this year, even given the circumstances. But if not, we'll just have to wait till 2021 once COVID is done. But I really appreciate you guys coming along for the ride today and encourage you to get out there. I know many of us probably have a lot of stress going on and worry with what's going on in the world. So having the Onewheel as a release to get us through some of these uncertain times right now has been a blessing for me, and hopefully it's a blessing for you too. But I hope that all of you guys stay safe, stay healthy, keep riding, keep shredding, keep sharing the love, and thank you again for coming on this ride with me. Cheers, friends.